On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Devout.
Deeply committed to a specific religious faith or practice, often showing great reverence or piety.
Examples:
Devout Buddhist. Act in a devout manner. The devout monk spent hours each day in prayer and contemplation.
Catholic.
Universal and including many different types of things, related to or associated with the part of the Christian Church that has the Pope as its leader.
Examples:
Catholic in his tastes. The Catholic Church. Sociologists are now interested in Catholic world peace.
Heresy.
An opinion or belief that goes against the traditional or generally accepted view, especially in religion.
Examples:
The suppression of heresy. Persecution for heresy. The doctrine was considered heresy by the mainstream church.
Inquisition.
A judicial or official inquiry, especially one aimed at suppressing dissent or heresy.
Examples:
Propose an inquisition. Submit him to an inquisition. The Inquisition was a period of religious persecution in Europe.
Papal.
Relating to the Pope, equals the head of the Roman Catholic Church, or the Roman Catholic Church.
Examples:
Papal authority. Papal visit. The Papal Palace was a grand and imposing structure.
Monarch.
A person who rules a country, such as a king or queen.
Examples:
An absolute monarch. Monarch butterflies. She came from a commoner background, but eventually became the monarch of that country.
Confederacy.
A union of states or organizations formed for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Urban confederacy. The rebelling confederacy. The Confederacy of States was formed to stand against the federal government's power.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples:
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Christ.
The man that Christians believe is the prophet and the Son of God, and whose life and sermons form the basis for Christianity.
Examples:
Teaching of Christ. Before Christ. Christmas is the day to celebrate the birth of Christ.
Arresting.
Attracting attention or interest, striking or impressive in appearance or effect, halting or stopping the movement or progress of something.
Examples:
An arresting image. An arresting sight. The painting's arresting beauty made it difficult to look away.
Constable.
A law enforcement officer, typically of lower rank than a police officer, who is responsible for community policing and maintaining order and safety. In historical contexts, a person charged with various duties related to the administration of a particular area or estate.
Examples:
Local constable, traffic constable. The constable's duty was to maintain law and order in his assigned jurisdiction.
Prosecute.
To bring legal action against someone in a court of law, to pursue or carry out something to completion or achievement.
Examples:
Prosecute criminal, prosecute case. The attorney decided to prosecute the suspect for stealing from the store.
Inquisitor.
Someone who asks questions or conducts investigations, often with a severe or harsh demeanor, specifically an official in the Catholic Church who questions and judges those accused of heresy.
Examples:
Church inquisitor, medieval inquisitor. The king appointed an inquisitor to investigate the accusations against the nobleman.
Accuse.
To charge or criticize someone with a crime or wrongdoing.
Examples:
Accuse his rudeness. Accuse each other. The witness accused the defendant of committing the robbery.
Scribe.
A person who writes out copies of documents or manuscripts, especially in ancient times.
Examples:
Scribe in ancient Egypt. Financial scribe. The scribe's skills were in high demand in medieval times, when many people were illiterate.
Edict.
An official order or command issued by a ruler or government, a formal or authoritative proclamation.
Examples:
Religious edict. Royal edict. The edict issued by the king had to be obeyed by all his subjects.
Persecute.
To subject someone to hostility, ill-treatment, or harassment, especially because of their race, religion, or political beliefs, to oppress or mistreat someone because of their identity.
Examples:
Persecute minorities. Persecute for small debts. The government's crackdown on free speech was seen as an attempt to persecute journalists and media outlets.
Heretic.
A person who holds beliefs or opinions that are contrary to, or at odds with, the orthodox or official doctrines of a particular religion, ideology, or group. Someone who is seen as a dissenter or rebel within a particular community.
Examples:
Heretic beliefs. Labeled a heretic. The philosopher was accused of being a heretic for his controversial ideas.
Accusation.
A statement or claim alleging that someone has committed a crime, offense, or wrongdoing, a charge or indictment made against someone.
Examples:
Criminal accusation, false accusation. The accusation of theft was unfounded, and the suspect was eventually cleared of all charges.
Confessor.
A person to whom one confesses one's sins or misdeeds, often a priest or religious official. One who listens to and offers sympathy or guidance to those seeking to unburden themselves of their troubles.
Examples:
Catholic confessor, personal confessor. The priest listened to the confessor's sins with compassion and understanding.
Imprison.
To confine a person to a prison, a detention facility, or a place of involuntary confinement.
Examples:
Imprison illegal immigrant. Imprison myself within the room. He was imprisoned for embezzlement.
Confiscate.
To seize, take or appropriate something by authority, often as a penalty for breaking laws or rules.
Examples:
Confiscate drugs. Confiscate property. The security officer had to confiscate the weapon from the suspect.
Mundane.
Very ordinary and therefore lacking interest or excitement.
Examples:
Mundane affairs. Mundane objects. After returning from the war, he had a pretty mundane life.
Expel.
To officially force someone to leave a school, organization, or country.
Examples:
Expel him from his native country. Expel air from the lungs. He took a big drag of his cigarette and slowly expelled the smoke.
Converso.
A Spanish or Portuguese Jew who converted to Christianity, particularly during the Inquisition.
Examples:
Converso ancestry. Converso culture. The Converso population played a significant role in shaping the culture and history of Spain.
Morisco.
A Muslim who was forced to convert to Christianity in Spain during the 16th and 17th centuries, or a descendant of such a person.
Examples:
Morisco community. Morisco art. The Morisco Rebellion in the 1560s attempted to resist forced conversion to Catholicism.
Procession.
A group of people or vehicles moving in an orderly, ceremonial manner, often for a religious or official purpose.
Examples:
Procession of cars. Religious procession. The funeral procession slowly made its way to the cemetery.
Sermon.
A speech or lecture given by a religious leader, especially a minister or priest, as part of a worship service.
Examples:
Lengthy sermon. A lay sermon. The preacher delivered a powerful sermon on the importance of forgiveness.
Exile.
The state of being forced to leave one's country or home, typically for political or punitive reasons.
Examples:
Exile community, political exile. The exiled king lived in poverty in a foreign country for many years.
Sanbenito.
A garment, usually a sleeveless tunic, worn as a symbol of public humiliation or penance, particularly during the Spanish Inquisition.
Examples:
Sanbenito punishment. The use of sanbenitos. The man was forced to wear a sanbenito as he was marched through the streets.
Euphemism.
A mild or indirect word or expression used in place of one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing.
Examples:
Genteel euphemism. A euphemism for death. The company used the euphemism downsizing to describe the layoffs of hundreds of employees.
Repent.
To feel remorse for one's past actions or thoughts and commit to changing them.
Examples:
Repent a sin. Repent days of drug abuse. He repented for his actions and begged for forgiveness.
Relapse.
The fact of becoming ill or starting to misbehave again after making an improvement.
Examples:
Biochemical relapse. Relapse prevention. He had a relapse because he was working through the night.
Namesake.
A person or thing with the same name as somebody or something else.
Examples:
The namesake of her mother. Less famous than its namesake. He is my namesake, but we're not related.
Enlightenment.
Education that results in understanding and the spread of knowledge.
Examples:
Spiritual enlightenment. Enlightenment activity. He finally brought his enlightenment to perfection.
Condemn.
To express strong disapproval or criticism of something.
Examples:
Condemn violence. Condemn crime. The government was condemned for its handling of the crisis.
Paranoia.
A mental condition characterized by delusions of persecution, unwarranted jealousy, or exaggerated self-importance, typically compounded by feelings of anxiety or irritability.
Examples:
Encourage paranoia. Suffering from paranoia. His paranoia about being followed made him constantly look over his shoulder.